2 weeks ago, I ran 9:37 and qualified to the Olympic trials in the 3K steeplechase.
Yes, we're going to the Olympic trials.
Now, I'm back in California after a solid training block, ready to see if I can best my time and compete against some of the fastest women in the country. My Airbnb was canceled, my flight was delayed, I arrived during rush hour, but we're here. I've showered the stress off of me. I race on Saturday. It is currently Thursday night. I'm just gonna relax, try to decompress, and get ready to roll. Good morning. We have a surprise guest today.
Excellent work here. All the new dance craze, all the kids are doing it.
Not just the kids, the adults as well.
Yeah, the after run reward. Dun 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 dun. Fruit.
My mom is very excited for this post-run fruit. She's drilling the guy. The day before every race, I do the same run, which is 5 miles and then 5 by 20-second strides.
Woo, there she goes.
Today we went to the Arroyo Seco Trail, which was a really pretty area with a lot of soft surface running, so it was perfect for this Yagarooski. Between my run and my strides, I do some drills. I start off with stretching drills and then move into dynamic drills. Honestly, I don't even know if this is important to do the day before a race, but at this point, I really want to get out some of that nervous energy, so I take it out directly into my drills and just aggressively do them. And these are strides. I just do them comfortably hard. I'm not trying to sprint, but I am trying to ignite my neuromuscular system and make sure that I'm not feeling flat tomorrow. So 2 weeks ago, I raced my first steeplechase in 3 years, and I got the Olympic trials qualifying time of 9:41. So my goal for tomorrow's race is to really put myself in it and test myself, see what I can do. I want to finish the race tomorrow, absolutely positive that I got everything out of myself. I want to stick my nose in it. I want to compete against other people. I'm not putting much pressure on myself because last time I just really wanted to get a time, and this time I'm like, I just want to f*** around and find out. It is race day, although I don't race till 8 p.m., so still basically not even really awake. I'm gonna go do my shakeout and all my other race morning stuff. My mom insisted that we end this run at a Starbucks, so... This is a never-before-seen shot of me rolling out, you know? California water is really just not good. Lately, I've been traveling and racing a lot, which puts my immune system under a lot of stress, but it's super important for me to avoid sickness during my season, which is why I'm grateful to Beekeepers for sponsoring this video. Beekeepers uses propolis, which is what bees use to line their hive and protect themselves from germs. As humans, we can use it to support our immune system because it contains zinc, vitamin C, B vitamins, iron, and 300 other beneficial compounds. Propolis also helps to fight free radicals through naturally occurring flavonoids and polyphenols. Beekeepers makes both a throat spray and a honey that can provide extra defense when traveling. These products are third-party tested, and Beekeepers also practices sustainable beekeeping, working exclusively with sustainable and small-scale apiaries. If you're interested in trying Beekeepers products, you can use my code ALLIO for 20% off. Check out their products at the link in my description or your local Target. Thank you, Beekeepers Naturals, for sponsoring this video. I have fresh legs for spectating, eh?
Yes. This is the pre-race cheering ritual that I have. And next I'll do my vocal warm-ups for cheering.
Delicious.
Magically delicious.
Get tested, mother approved. This race was an incredible opportunity in a really fast field of women, and I wanted to stick my nose in it fully, but as you can see here, I kind of got pushed to the back almost immediately, which happens to me in a lot of races.
Way to go, Allie!
My start and positioning in a race is definitely something that I need to improve upon, but starting out too fast just scares me so much that I usually get pushed to the back and find myself in an unfavorable position early on in the race. Even with my mindset being get into it, yeah, going into this race, I still found myself at the back, which is so frustrating, but luckily I was connected to the front group. However, my water jumps were absolutely horrendous. Like, I might as well cannonball into a pool with the amount of momentum I kept here. So I kept getting slightly disconnected from that pack and then catching back up, which was fine early on, but definitely got difficult later on in the race.
Way to go, Allie! Let's go, Allie!
Being back in the pack in a steeplechase race definitely has more of an impact than in a typical flat track race because there is the accordion effect, which basically means that as people shuffle around in front of you, those impacts reverberate through the pack and amplify. So I found myself moving around a ton, trying to get to the outside so I could see barriers, go to the outside so I could see the water pit, and eventually I just kind of got fed up with it. So here I decided I just got to make a move, get further towards the front so that I'm not getting jostled around and having to make these micro moves constantly. And just to be clear, this is not a complaint about my competitors jostling me or anything. It is purely a critique of my tactical choices during this race. They just left something to be desired. At this point in the race, we were just over 3 laps in and still pretty tightly bunched, but things were about to break open. Haley Mitchell of Bowerman Track Club made a strong move in the lead, and that really strung out the pack. I was in a good enough position to match this move and hang on to that lead group. At this point, we had 4 laps to go, and I knew that the pace would continue to pick up, but I felt ready for it. I was sitting comfortably in 5th when a tragic event happened. I had one of the worst hurdles of my life. So after that unfortunate event, the lead pack had a small gap on me, and this water jump didn't necessarily help. So then I was trying to play catch up and reconnect to this group, which I managed to do. I was hanging on to my 5th place spot, but I really wanted to make a move up into 4th because I had a feeling that another move was about to be made off the front of this pack, and I wanted to be in a position to respond to that. So along the backstretch here, I made a move to move into 4th position. However, by the time I did that, a move had already started to be made, and there was a slight gap between 3rd and me. We had just over 2 laps in the race, so I felt like there was time for me to close this gap as long as I could just put in a little bit of an acceleration. I kept trying to accelerate, but I really felt like my barriers and my water jumps were holding me back. Although some of my barriers were good, all of my water jumps made me cringe so hard watching them. I cannot explain to you how much momentum I lost through this water pit, but that's completely on me, and my technical steeple ability is just not where it needs to be right now. So going into the last lap, there was still the same gap, and I still had the same motivation to try to close that, but the girls in front of me were just strong. They were better technically and tactically today, and I'd like to think that my fitness is there, but I really don't know because in this race I just didn't quite execute the way that I wanted to, but I still managed to run a 9:32, which is a 5-second season's best and the best that I've ever run this early in the year. So I'm happy with it while also wanting more. My main reflections on the race are that I'm so thankful to be at a point where I can be slightly disappointed in a 9:32 because I honestly didn't know if I would get there this season. I also am super excited because I have very tangible ways in which I can improve, and I can't wait to work towards those. I want to give a special shout out to my mom for coming all the way to California to support me. It was absolutely amazing having her there. And also to Spencer's sister Larkin and her partner Paul, who came to the race, cheered super loud, and took a ton of footage. It was just amazing to spend time with all of them and also share some Mexican food at the end of the night. Thank you so much for watching, and that's all for now, folks.
Anything else to say to the folks, Allie?
Not for now.